All right, Shalom Israel, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Israel, Shalom. It's Brother Kalaka Yashim. Before I get started, of course, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahasham, Hamashiach, Malak Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, who the world inwardly calls God, Jehovah Yahweh, and every incorrect pronunciation, but the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and means He exists. The true name of the only begotten Son is Yahweh Shai, and means He the deliverer, He the Savior, the Redeemer, who the world inwardly calls again Jesus the Christ. His true name, His heavenly name, His Hebrew name is Yahweh Shai, which means He delivers, He saves. The Most High God, Yahweh, sent His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, to deliver the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American man, woman, and child, primarily here in America, which is better known as Babylon the Great, according to the scriptures. Also scattered across the four corners of the earth that may look like the other nations, but if their spirit bear witness and enduring to the end and sincere-hearted, right, and then essentially, Salakia, essentially are the elect, you may be an Israelite as well. But again, we know that this thing is all for Israel. And this really what sparked this lesson. So shalom to the brothers and sisters scattered abroad again. Shalom to the house of David. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the elders that paved the way, that lay, and we just entered, that labored for decades and decades and almost what was a half a century. Well, hey, we'll look it up in damn near a century. We'll just say that. And we just entered into the labor. Shalom. So we're teachers now and in the kingdom. So what really sparked the lesson is the controversy was going on within the community. But the Holy Bible was written from the Israelites to the Israelites, and it's only for the Israelites. Now, we will teach the nations in the kingdom as we teach in ourselves now, but the promises, the glory, and the covenant, and the adoptions, and the service of the Most High was only given to the Israelites again, which the Israelites are the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American woman and child. All right, so we're teachers now and in the kingdom. So I'm just gonna start here straight through the spirit. You know what? I'm gonna get Revelation 22. I'm gonna get Revelation 22, and we'll start there. Start at 1. Revelation 22 and 1. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb. That water of life is this wisdom. Because you know, when you go to, hold on, bear with me. It's really through the spirit. I got some precepts written down. Fountain. Let me just see. Fountain of wisdom. I don't want to use Google. It might be in Psalms. That's right. Psalms 36. Okay, Proverbs 13. That's maybe the one I wanted. All right, Proverbs 13 and 4. The law of the wise is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. That's right. So when we read Revelation 22, you see that this river is wisdom. Remember, Yahweh Shai said, "He that drinketh of this water," in John the 4th chapter, shall flow out of shall never thirst again. Right, roughly paraphrasing. So I'm gonna read it again. Revelation 22 and 1. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb. That's right, because this is coming from the heavens. This wisdom. And in the midst of the street of it, on either side of the river, was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nation. Now, this tree of life, again, is wisdom coming from who? Who are the 12 manner of fruits? The Israelites. And we get the Israelites get the fruit, meaning the good things of the tree, meaning, you know, the deep understanding, the hidden manna, the tree, the untapped wisdom of the Most High. That's what the 12 fruits are. That's what the 12 represents. And the leaves are for the tree, and the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. So the nations will be healed. Proverbs 29 and 2, when the righteous are in authority, when the 12 tribes are in authority, then the people are going to rejoice. Right now, the dukes of Edom and the Edomites are ruling, and the world is in chaos. So we're going to teach the nation. We're going to heal the nations. Does that mean they get salvation? Absolutely not. So I want to read it. I'm going to read it again. In the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, was there the tree of life, right? And what's the tree of life? Again, wisdom. This all symbolic talk for wisdom. Let me just type in tree of life. It's in Proverbs. Proverbs chapter, I want to say 18. Proverbs chapter 3 and 18. She is a tree of life, wisdom. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. Proverbs 11 and 30. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise. So when we read about this tree of life, We have a taste now with this wisdom, knowing who we are, knowing the Heavenly Father, know what pleases the Heavenly Father. We have, Lord willing, right to the tree of life. Because what did Yahweh Shai say? Oh, I'm just gonna type that in again. It's in Revelation. I'm just keywording for the sake of time. Revelation 20. Oh, in the last chapter, Revelation 22 and 14. Well, the last verse of the chapter we already in. So I could just do this. Revelation 22 and 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter into the great gates of the city. So right now we have the right to the tree of life. Do we have it? No. But we have a taste, that earnest, that down payment, that earnest of the spirit to get us back to, so we can be right in our righteous estate in the new covenant and ultimately heal the whole world and issue and govern out the law to the four corners of the earth. Verse number 3, and there shall be no more curse, but the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. So who are the servants of the Most High? The Israelites. His servants, possessive, are going to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their foreheads. Because we're going to be, hey, remember, the law is going to be in our inward parts. So we're going to have that tree of life. All right, so we're going to be, we're teachers now, and we're going to be teachers in the kingdom of heaven. So I just wanted to start there, and what really sparked this, I was reading Wisdom of Solomon 7, because Solomon was a wise man, right? Yahweh Shai back in the spirit. Well, he came as Yahweh Shai. Again, if you have ears to hear, if you have a spirit to receive it. If not, just go over it. Fast on it. Pray to the Most High to give you the understanding. Right? Solomon is Yahweh Shai in the regeneration. But Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 and verse number 10. I loved her above health and beauty, and chose to have her instead of light. Now, this is Solomon going into wisdom. All right. I'm just starting at verse 10. I loved her above health and beauty, and chose to have her instead of light. For the light that cometh from her never go without. All good things together came to me with her, and innumerable riches in her hands. And I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth before them. And I knew not that she was the mother of them. I learned diligently, and do communicate her liberally. I do not hide her riches. For she is a treasure unto men that never faileth, which they that use become the friends of the Most High, being commended for the gifts that come from learning. I'm going to keep reading. The Most High have granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet for the things that are given me, because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom, and directeth the wise. For in his words are both we and our words, all wisdom, also knowledge of workmanship. Now, this is the point. This is really what sparked it. I just wanted to get the context. Verse number 17. This going into all the things Solomon knew and what we're going to know in the kingdom of heaven. So, we'll get this, and then it's not going to be long, right, Lord willing. Get this, and get the understanding of it, to see the untapped wisdom that Solomon had, the wisdom that we're going to have. So the nations are going to have to come to us for everything, essentially. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Verse number 17. For you have given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made, and the operation of the elements. So Solomon understood how the world was created. He knew. So what is the operation of the elements? So he understood the breakdown. He understood how Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Yahweh Shai and the angel, Yahweh gave the blueprint to Yahweh Shai and the angels, and they manipulated the elements. So what would Solomon be known as today? What is the study of elements? Let's just go type this in. So it's just really going into what the knowledge Solomon had and what would be in layman's terms. So a chemist is a scientist who researches the chemical properties of substances to develop new products and knowledge. They conduct experiments, analyze substances, ensure quality standards, and prepare technical reports. So Solomon had knowledge of, what is this? Oh, he's supposed to be the face of chemistry. So the periodic table. Solomon understood now what Yahweh Shai and the angels did. They manipulated the elements. Let me get out of here. They manipulated the elements and made everything that we see today. Now, was they doing it like this? No. Let me see. Hold on. Let me just take the study of elements. Here we go. So what Yahushua and the angels did, they manipulated, and there's more elements than this. This is just what Esau has. They manipulated the elements and they created air, oxygen, so forth and so on. Now, let me see. What's that? The period? Let me just go into periodic table. Table elements. Let's just see what come up. See this? Can I zoom in? Here we go. So you got, silicon, aluminum, zinc, copper, nickel, cobalt, iron, magnesium, all these, hassium, barium. So Yahushua and the angels manipulated the elements and made everything. And Solomon had knowledge of that. Oh, Salakia. Solomon had knowledge of that. So I'm going to read it again. For he had given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and the midst of time. So Solomon seen everything. He's seen how the beginning was made. He's seen the end times, and he's seen the middle times. So he had knowledge of the whole world, all the ages, the alterations of the turning of the sun. What's that? What's the study of the sun? What is the study of the sun? Let's find out. Study of the sun. Study of the sun. Let's see what that's called. So the study of the sun, known as solar physics or heliophysics, uses telescope on Earth and space. We don't got to get all that because Solomon didn't need all that. So Solomon was a solar physicist. He was a chemist. He didn't need no telescope. The wisdom that he had came directly from the Most High. And that's what we're going to have. The nation's going to come to us to find out the 10-day forecast, to find out things. So we're going to have schools and universities and so forth and so on. Everybody coming to eat, how everybody got to come, everybody comes to Babylon for universities, and that's how it's going to be in the kingdom. Everybody's going to have to come to us to be taught. So Solomon, again, was a solar physicist. And what really sparked it is too, well, I ain't going to get into that. Esau's IQ is trash. All the wisdom comes from the Most High. I'll just say that. So the turning of the sun and the change of seasons. What is the study of seasons? Study of seasons. What's that called? So it says the scientific study of seasons is phenology, which focuses on the timing of reoccurring natural events like plant flowering, animal migration, and hibernation, while phenology is the study of how life responds to seasons. The cause of the seasons themselves is Earth's axial tilt, which causes different hemispheres, Salakia, to receive more or less direct sunlight throughout the year. And this all what our king knew. So and this is what he's going to give to us. We're going to understand the turning of the sun, the change of the seasons. We're going to know everything. The circuits of the years and the position of stars. What I got right there. What is the study of the stars? Study of stars. Astronomist. The study of stars is called astronomy, a scientific field that uses physics, chemistry, and mathematics to investigate stars, planets, and galaxies, and other celestial bodies and phenomena beyond Earth's atmosphere. Solomon knew all this. The circuits of years and the position of stars, the natures of living creatures. So and the furies of wild beasts. So what is the study of animals? The scientific study of animals is called zoology. So Solomon also was a zoologist in today's layman's terms. And it includes the study of their structure, habits, evolution, and classification. It encompasses a wide range of disciplines from the study of tiny organisms to large mammals and includes areas like ethology, animal behavior, entomology, insects, and ichthyology. Fish and zoologists work in various fields such as conservation, research, and animal care to understand and protect the animal kingdom. So, and that's what all this wisdom, essentially it boils down to protecting the world, to govern Yahweh's world. Because again, the law is beautiful. The law is our wisdom. The law is how we're going to govern the world and we're going to teach the nations. And again, it is written as well, If the nations can't get down with how the world, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's world is supposed to be governed, they will be disciplined. And it just so happened that the Lord set up that discipline stick to be a rod of iron. Right? Jake would have made it way worse. But the Lord said, look, mercy, I'll give him a rod of iron. I mean, we're okay with that. That's fine. That's fine. So I'm gonna continue on. So verse 20 again. The natures of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, the violence, and I say that to say the Lord is merciful. The Lord is more magnified than man. So the Lord knows what he's doing. If man was to be able to choose the chastisement of the nations, we'll mess it up. That's what I meant. So the violence of winds. What's the study of wind? Is that what I want? Let me just see what come up. The study of winds. What's the study of winds? Entomologists or entomology. The study of winds is called entomology, which encompasses fields like meteorology. So it compassed meteorology and climatology and atmospheric physics. These studies examines wind origins, patterns, and effects on both the natural environment and human-made structures. Wind is caused by differences in atmospheric pressure and temperature, and its movement is influenced by factors such as Earth's rotation, the Coriolis effect, geographical features like mountains and oceans, and solar energy absorption. And this, again, this all what Yahushua and or Solomon knew, what we're going to know, because the Lord's going to teach us all these things. The natures of living creatures, 20 again, and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and the reasonings of men. So Solomon understood the reasonings of men. So what is that? Studies of reasonings of men. Let's see what come up. Reasonings of men. The study of human reasoning is abroad and doesn't focus on single gender. So what's the reasoning of men? Solomon was a psychologist, man. Just straight up and down. The Google is not doing no justice. Let's just go what psychology is. Study of human behavior. There we go. Study of human behavior is called psychology. So Solomon also was a psychologist. So the study of human behavior is the reasoning of men. It is known as behavioral science or psychology, and it uses observation and experimentation to understand how people think, feel, and act. This complex interdisciplinary field examines both internal factors like motivation and perception and external factors like social influences and culture, drawing from fields such as sociology, anthropology, which is the study of man, and neuroscience. Behavioral science is applied in various areas, including healthcare, education, marketing, and public policy. Solomon knew all this, and we're going to know all this. Hold on. The diversities of plants and the virtues of roots. So what aren't we going to know in the kingdom? What is the study of plants? The study of plants is called botany. The study of plants is called botany, a branch of biology that explores all aspects of plant life, including their structure, function, growth, reproduction, and classification. This field is vital for understanding how plants impact ecosystems, influence climate, and provide essential resources for the organisms and human needs like food and medicine. So we're going to be able to govern the Lord's world with the wisdom that Solomon knew, and it's going to be greater. Because Solomon didn't have the tree of life. We're going to have the tree of life if we be of that number. All right? Verse number 21. All such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know. For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, and undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, meaning alive, which cannot be letted. You can't contain, you can't control the spirit. Right? It's like wind and ready to do good. Kind to man, which that's right. Because we're gonna govern the world through this wisdom. Steadfast, sure, and free from care, having all power, overseeing all things, and going through all understanding, pure and most subtle spirits. So subtle meaning wise, prudent. And Lord willing, look, because when you keep going, I believe it says, and maketh. I'm gonna jump to verse 27. And Lord willing, we be of the prophets. Verse number 27. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, and in all ages, meaning in different time periods. This will be Esau's age, but we're coming to the end of it. Entering into a holy soul, she maketh them friends of Yahweh and prophets. That's why brothers are able to understand this Bible and have such a relationship and a passion and a zeal for this Bible, because Lord willing, we be of the prophets. So I'm gonna end off with this. I'll get two more. First Kings chapter 4. First Kings chapter 4 and verse number 34. It says, no, that's not what I wanted. I'm gonna read up a little bit. 30. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children. I'm gonna start at 29. And the Most High gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is on the seashore. That's beautiful. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country and all the wisdom of Egypt. So everywhere. For he is wiser than all men, than Ethan the Ezrahite. So these are different Judite men, different men of Israel that were known for being wise. And they had to be real wise. That's why they're named. And Haman and Kakal and Darda, the sons of Mahal, and his fame was in all nations round about. So how are we going to be? The fame of Israel is going to be all nations, and they're going to come to us to hear our proverbs, to hear our songs, to see how beautiful we are, to see how we magnify the Most High, to see how to grow plants, to see how to live. That's us going to be a light to the Gentiles. Everybody's going to have to come to us for everything. We're going to be the head, not the tail. And he spake 3,000 proverbs, and his songs were 1,005. And he spake of trees from the cedar tree that is in Lebanon, even unto the hyssop that springeth out of the wall. He spake also of beasts and of fowl and of creeping things and of fishes. And there came of all people to hear the wisdom of Solomon from all the kings of the earth which had heard of his wisdom. So this is a glimpse of the kingdom. All right, so all praises to the Most High. Isaiah chapter 2. I end off with this. Isaiah chapter 2 and 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of all the mountains, and shall be exalted above all the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob. And he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among many nations, and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks, meaning they're going to be workers, subject unto the nation of Israel. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So when the Lord reigns on earth through his chosen people, through his men, through Yahweh Shai, King David, the 12 disciples, the 144,000, there will be world peace. O house of Jacob, come ye, and let us walk in the light of Yahweh. So we're teachers now, and we will be teachers in the kingdom of heaven. So Lord, when that was edifying, right? I give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahasham, Hamashiach, Wamalak, Yahweh Shai. Till next time, shalom to the elect, shalom.